My heart broke. And my heart broke instantly because 30 minutes, there was enough time in that 30-minute window to get her help, to get this lovely woman some assistance. And nothing was done. In 30 minutes,
As Alberta Health Services gets criticized about the delayed response to a fatal dog attack in Calgary, a former paramedic tells us that issues have been brewing for a long time. He does not want to be identified after leaving the service earlier this year, but does hope this tragedy can spark some real change.
we constantly want to help, but we're either overworked, we're burnt out, or there's just nobody to fill that seat. And that's been an ongoing issue for the past decade, even longer, where we just haven't had the bodies in the seats. And that's constantly the excuse that we're getting from Alberta Health Services. We just don't have the people.
He also served as a dispatcher for a year before becoming a paramedic for the next 15 and doesn't believe AHS saying the call response was appropriate.
As soon as multiple dogs were mentioned, as soon as there was more than one dog or multiple dogs on scene, is a Delta level response, which automatically will get us that immediate fire, right? Who's in the community to get us that initial first response. They can then step up the response of the ambulance, right? They can assist us, but if they're not there or they're not dispatched, there's no chance for us to do that.
It took 30 minutes for an ambulance to get to the scene in Capitol Hill where 86-year-old Betty Ann Williams was attacked by 3 dogs. And AHS is promising an investigation, but that could take 4 months.
I think that's ridiculous. Not only taking 4 months to review some calls and some education of a few individuals involved seems an extended timeline, but that's also keeping that book open for the family members of this loved one that they've lost for their closure. And nobody wants to wait 4 months to have that chapter closed to move on with their life.
He adds a clear issue was the consolidation of dispatch services by the province, which has worsened issues within the bureaucracy of AHS and made it harder to respond to calls. Calgary's mayor also says it's a problem.
Council remains steadfast in its call for a return to the localized integrated tri-services dispatch model, which demonstrated an ability to respond to complex emergencies.
AHS is promising more staff and ambulances to come this year, but there is fear that if more changes aren't done quickly, we could see more tragic incidents.
Unless there's a drastic change in the way that the system is handled, I do.
In Calgary, Tom Ross, City News.